Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Khanjan. I hope you're all doing great and keeping safe. I hold two MBA degrees, one from NMIMS, which is also known as Narsi Monji, and after 3 years of work experience, I went on to complete my postgraduate program in management from the Indian School of Business, also known as ISB. So, this question has been asked to me multiple times by various people, and I have questioned myself a lot of times that why is MBA necessary. A small disclaimer is that please watch this video till the end because knowing just one or two aspects might bias your judgment, and that is something that is not helpful when you're deciding to go for an MBA. So I have identified 5 major tenets or aspects that one should look at in order to analyze research and decide whether or not it makes sense for them to go for an MBA program. The first one is the ROI. This is the most prominently used word in this particular discussion because the investments made in an MBA program are huge. Not only financially, it is one of the most expensive courses in the world, but also the opportunity cost of the jobs that you are leaving, because most of the time MBA programs require the person to have some work experience. The kind of effort and time one has to put in, because the social life and the family life may take a backseat during these 1 or 2 years that the program runs for. The kind of mental bandwidth that one has to devote in order to excel at an MBA program and get the expected return, and the risk of not being able to get any job or any employment afterwards and having a debt of the loan. So those are the investments that you're making. And in terms of returns, one has to consider the expected financial increment that one will get, not only in terms of the salary hike, but also in terms of the other benefits that one gets once they reach a certain managerial position. Second is being able to land a desired role in an industry of choice or a company of choice, or all of those if one is lucky. Third is the cohort that one gets access to. So the alumni network of MBA programs, usually a very strong community wherein in the future, for any references and entrepreneurial ventures, one happens to find somebody or the other from the alumni network itself. And the last is the experience. So the experience of sitting in those classes with your name card and doing class participation, indulging in these extremely stimulating discussions and debates with intellectual people and professors, and being able to get the exposure and develop a thinking which is not biased or orthodox, and in general going back to studying after a long period of earning and working. All of these are returns which might not be measurable in rupees or in figures, but they are priceless. So once these ROI factors are identified, and if the weight of the returns seem to be higher for your particular profile, work experience, pedigree, and where you are at currently than the investments that you're making, then it's a big yes in this particular tenet. So once this tenet is sorted, we go to the next one, which is the expectations. Apart from the ROI expectations, there are certain other expectations that one has to consider when deciding to go for an MBA. And this is from an academic standpoint, wherein some people go to MBA to just study and get expertise on certain subjects and certain skills, which depends on the school that one joins. A lot of MBA schools focus on practical learning, so internships are given priority. Live projects or experiential learning programs, as it was called in ISB, are given priority. And so there the MBA students, they interact with each other, they interact with companies, they solve real world challenges and they learn from that. Versus there are some B schools where theoretical projects, assignments are given more weightage, and in-class presentations and peer discussions are preferred over practical internships. I won't comment on what is better and what is not, because that is honestly something that is your personal choice. So it is a very subjective topic which I wouldn't want to touch upon. But you should consider these elements before you decide to join a particular B school, or before you join MBA as a program. Now, by the nature of the program, it is a course on business administration where more than theoretical things, practical communication and interaction skills play a bigger role. So, one has to be comfortable with interacting with people, discussing things, putting forth points, and keeping an open mind towards other people's opinions. If these are some of the things that you are comfortable with, MBA is going to be a very pleasant experience for you, versus if you do not enjoy the process of speaking or going in public, discussing things with people, indulging in social or professional networking events. And if you still want to pursue an MBA, then MBA will definitely require for you to change those aspects and enhance those skills. So it really depends on what you are and what you want to become. And so the expectation setting is very important before you join an MBA program, because it is, as I said, it's an expensive program, not just monetarily, but you are sacrificing a lot of other things. And there is no time for regret in an MBA program. Every day, every minute is important for you to be able to work hard and achieve your goal. And so regretting and wasting time is not an option. The third tenet is timing. Again, this is a subjective matter, so that is why you should consider that in your life, what is the stage that you are on. Everybody has a different way of handling their lives, in the sense that at ISB we had mothers of newborn babies who came to ISB, who completed their MBA degrees with flying colors, and they have inspired us, not only us women but also men, to do much more in life. So it does not really matter what age or what stage of life you are in, unless mentally you are prepared to balance your life. So what I'm trying to get at is that you have your heart and your soul and your mind 200% into it, and you have enough support from your family, friends and other people who matter in your life to be able to make it through the program without feeling disheartened about any missed opportunities. The fourth tenet is passion. Now, I know it sounds very cliched, but it is extremely important that you are passionate about an MBA program, because MBA is one of the programs where there is the toughest of competition among students. And in order to make a mark for yourself and in order to really get the value out of the program, you should be passionate about learning, sharing, and finally delivering all that you have learned over the 1 or 2 year program. And so if you're not passionate, it can become a big burden on you. So passion and commitment is extremely important to do justice to yourself for leaving all the things that you've left and given all the things that you've given to the MBA program, and finally getting all that back and actually enjoying the entire process. The last tenet is the alternatives. Now, most of the times what happens is that MBA is a preferred master's degree because it offers a beautiful balance between the managerial plus the specialized aspects, because you can choose for yourself if you want to go to a consulting field or a product management field or gen man kind of a thing, or a strategic role. And so you have certain control on the kind of life you want to choose. But there are many other master's programs which also offer exceptionally diverse and rich opportunities which are not available after an MBA course. Some ideal examples would be MS, which is Masters in either science or engineering or big data, machine learning, AI, sociology, psychology, human sciences. There are so many other options which also would make sense for many people who join MBA degree, and probably they are better suited for the kind of work profile that you have, or the kind of interest and skills that you have, or the kind of expectations that you have. So it is always better to consider not only one but 3 to 4 options of a master's course whenever the question of MBA comes into picture. If it makes the most sense that MBA is the degree which will give you the career that you desire, the financial stability that you desire, and the kind of life and peer network that you would want to have, then it is sensible to choose MBA as an option. But there are multiple other master's options which are probably more rewarding than an MBA program if your passion and interests lie in that particular field. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found this information helpful. I have made some other product management and B-School related videos which you can check out in the playlist that is tagged here. And I'm usually very active on LinkedIn, so if you have any questions or doubts, you can comment on my videos or connect with me on LinkedIn, and I will be happy to help you and share my inputs on whatever I can. And I would also love to learn things from you, because I treasure the things that I keep learning from my network and my friends, family, and people I interact with. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please consider subscribing if you haven't. It helps me stay motivated to build more content. I wish you all the best in all your endeavors. See you in my next video. Till then, take care.